Are you going on a trip soon? I know there's so many things to consider, so many things to think of. Did you think of everything? Well, let me share with you what experts do when they're planning a trip. If this is something you're interested in, then keep watching because this video is for you. Hey fellow travelers, this is Norman Payne from Up and Away. Thank you for stopping into my channel and welcome back. This channel is about everything travel, from travel tips to travel hacks to destination and cruise videos. We have everything for you. If you're interested in traveling, then hit that subscribe button and become a subscriber of this channel. Also, hit that notification bell so you'll know the next time we upload another video. There are so many things to consider when you're planning your vacation. I know you can't think of everything, no one does, but we're going to give you some tips on things you should consider when you're planning your vacation so that you have a flawless vacation. So I'm here to help you plan like a pro. So get that piece of paper and pencil out, take some notes. Well, let's talk about booking a trip. First thing is try to plan as far out as possible, even maybe a year, so that you have the best availability, the best choices, and the lowest cost. This happens because the suppliers, the airlines, the cruise ships, the hotels, they need a body and they try to get them early on by charging a low rate. Once they have filled up some seats, now it's supply and demand. So usually the price goes up. And you don't want to be dealing with the same seat or the same resort at a higher cost. Let's say that I plan a trip for a client and then 6 months later their sister-in-law wants to get in on the trip. They end up paying more to get a room that's on the back side of the resort where a sister got that front ocean view room for cheaper. So plan as far out as you possibly can to get the best choices. I say don't start planning until you have money in hand. Get that bonus, have it in your hand, and then call up your travel advisor and start searching for a trip so that when you find the right trip, you can put that money down. So many people are window shopping. They look at something, they don't have the money to secure that price, and then when they do, the price has gone up. Bad planning. You want to be first. You want to be on top of it. You want to have that money, that deposit to put down on that resort. Because if you don't, you might miss out and the price will go up. Believe me. I know when you're planning a vacation, you want to go where everybody else has gone. You want to go to Cancun because your friends and family's been to Cancun. And what would they think about you if you never went to Cancun? Well, I say go to lesser known places. Make your own footprints. There are good deals to places that everybody is not going to. Get with your travel advisor. They can help you find those right places that you can go to and make your own memories. Don't go and repeat something that somebody else done. Doesn't make good sense. Those places that are lesser known, they usually are less expensive and have less crowds. So go make your own footprints. Did you get travel insurance? You need to get travel protection every time you book a trip. They even have yearly policies for some of you people who go on trips multiple times throughout the year. But get the insurance. It will give you peace of mind. I've had some of my clients needing that insurance. I've had one who broke their knee while they were away in Punta Cana and they had to pay out of pocket. But if they had insurance, they would get reimbursed that money. So get travel insurance. Be sure that you get one that covers you medically, trip interruption, trip cancellation, all of those things. You want to be sure that you're covered. So get travel protection every time you travel. Some people don't think about how they're going to get around when they get to their destination. Consider how you're going to get around when you get to your destination. Are you going to rent a car? If you're going to rent a car, what about that insurance? So you rent a car, there's a couple of ways to insure that car without getting their insurance. One of them is some credit cards have insurance for renting cars. Check your credit card company. If you don't have one that covers that, get a card that covers rental cars. It will help you in the long run. If you do get a car, insure it, because anything can happen to it. So be sure that you're covered on that end. Don't take that risk. Now, some of the cards that you can get insurance on your rental car, they require you to pay for the car on the credit card. But what you do is you hold that car with that credit card that has the insurance. If they don't charge that card right then, which most rental car companies will not until you bring the car back. Once you bring it back, then you can pay for it however you want, as long as the car is not damaged and they've signed off on it when they check it in that it's fine. Then pay for it how you feel. Don't leave it on that same card if that's not the card you want to leave it on. You can pay for it with a different card at that time. I had a credit card with really good car rental coverage, but it had a high interest rate and I didn't want to pay with that one. So when I got there, I booked a car with that card, but when I turned it in, I switched cards to one of them that I was more comfortable paying. So think about that before you get that rental car, how you're going to insure it. Some of your own auto insurance might cover rental cars too. Check that out. That is another option than buying the coverage from the rental car company. But once you get to your destination, it might not be about a rental car. You might want to use public transportation. If that's the case, sometimes you can buy a weekly pass, which is cheaper than buying by the day. Find out what you're going to do and how much time you're going to need on that public transportation. If you decide to go with taxi cabs, then that's fine as well. But know how you're going to pay for that taxi cab. Personally, I wouldn't give a taxi cab a credit card to pay for it. If I couldn't give him cash or some other form of payment, it would not be a credit card, because once he drives off, you may pay $2,000 for a $2 ride. Check the weather. Check the weather to the place you're going to visit. You want to know what kind of climate you're going to. And it'll help you in your packing as well to know exactly what the weather is doing. So you need to check the weather maybe 30 days out or when you start packing, but check it again before you close your luggage up so you know that you have the right things in there because of whatever changes weather-wise. Pack smart. Take only the things that you need. Don't overpack. That could result in baggage fees when you get to the airport, unless you have a scale. If you got a scale, weigh it before you get to the airport so you know what you have in your luggage. Please don't pay baggage fees. Plan out your packing. Create a packing list. As a matter of fact, I have a packing list that I'm going to leave a link to in the description below. I use a packing list so that I know that I got everything I need, so I'm not buying toothpaste in some foreign country or going to buy any other thing that is a necessity, because I've already checked it off from my packing list. Also, I did a video on 10 packing tips. Check that out before you start packing. It will help you a lot. If you're traveling with a group, get the itinerary that the group is going to be doing, which can also help you with your packing. So you'll know everything that you're going to do and what kind of clothing you're going to need to do it. Always pack a small carry-on bag so that you will have important things like your medication, a change of clothes, things like that. Have that with you in case that luggage gets lost or even just delayed. You can keep moving at least for a day. Locate your important documents. Know where your passport is. and also how much time you have on your passport. You should know when your passport is going to expire, but if you're going out of the country, then be sure that you have about 6 months after you're coming back, so in case anything happens, you are covered with your passport and it won't expire while you're on your trip. In case anything happens, you have 6 months on that passport. Be sure you have important numbers like your hotel confirmation number, your rent-a-car confirmation, your flight record locator. Be sure you have all those things somewhere and have them readily available in case you need them. You don't want to have to be digging in some bag for 10-15 minutes to find out that you don't have it, or that you could have put it in a pocket somewhere close by so you can pull it out and use it as you need it. If you have the right travel advisor, they'll take care of all that stuff for you, and all you'll need is your passport, and everything else will fall into place after that. How would you get to the airport before you go on your trip? Several different ways. You can be dropped off by someone. You can go and park your car. Most cities have off-site parking, and their app will allow you to reserve a space, and you'll be ready and set if you go ahead and do that. Sometimes you could use a car service. I use Carry International. They are prompt and professional. So if you want to be just dropped off, try car service. Also, if you're going to be using a Uber or a Lyft, it would be best for you to schedule it if it's going to be really early in the morning that you need to be picked up to get to the airport. So schedule that in advance so you don't have to worry about it later. If you're going to be picked up, be sure that whoever's picking you up knows exactly what time you need to be picked up, and give yourself enough time to get to the airport, because you don't want to be racing against time. You need to be able to get through the security checkpoint and go through the airport to get to your gate. So you need to be there at a certain time. Be sure that you schedule that correctly, because a plane will not wait for you. Getting to the airport, you can also use public transportation. Most cities have something that goes right to the airport, so check that out. It's an inexpensive way, but sometimes it may be a little cumbersome if you have several pieces of luggage. So think about that, but public transportation is another way to get to the airport. Know your airport. If you're going to a foreign country and you got to get through that airport, look that airport up in advance before you get over to that country and get familiar with it. So you'll know where you're going to be coming out and where you're going to be looking for, say, a rideshare service or public transportation if that's what you're going to use while you get to that foreign country, or even how to get to the shuttle service that you may schedule. So look at the airport and get familiar with it before you even go. Most of them have maps online that you can check out. So look that up and be sure that you know how to get around that airport. Once you get to that destination, have your shuttle and transfers scheduled. I mean, if you're going to get on a shuttle, have it scheduled. You can do that right here at home before you go to the airport. If you're going to go and get a taxi, know where those taxis are located. Get all of that straight before you even leave. If you're going to a resort or hotel, you can get that hotel to arrange a taxi cab to be there for you. Of course, you're going to have to pay for it, but it'll at least be there waiting on you when you get to that country. I know I have given you a few things to think about. So if you plan out and use any of these things, it will make your travel and vacation seamless and painless. So go ahead and plan your trip out accordingly. If any of these tips were useful to you, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you have some more travel tips, also put those in the comment. Maybe we can discuss them sometime. Share this video with anyone that's traveling. Any of your travel friends, let them know that this video is out here to help you. Also, subscribe to this channel. Be sure you subscribe to this channel so that you can get more travel tips and hacks. Also, hit that notification bell so you'll know the next time that I upload another video. And until our paths cross again soon, I'll see you then. Peace.
And please like this video, share it, and subscribe to my channel. Also follow me on all my social media. Just hashtag #UpUpUpNorman, where you will find my Facebook page, my Instagram account, my Twitter page, and my TikTok page.